Hey, I'm Carlos Garcia, and today we're going to continue on the rye path because why not? I was going to do finished bourbons today and then decided because I was drinking a lot of ryes over the weekend just to continue the ryes. So today we're going to do my top 10 ryes, but there's not going to be the top 5. So I'll kind of explain that as I go through the bottles. So my top 4-ish bottles are these. So we got the Old Overholt 12-year, the Jack Daniel's Tenured Hill. Oh, you say that wrong. Tenured Hill Rye. We got the Bottle Your Own Elijah Craig Barrel Proof Rye Y725 and the Smoke Eye Hill Rye. These are going to be on Wednesday's video, and what we're going to find out today is 2 of the bottles we're going to blind today are going to go into, 1 or 2 are going to go into Wednesday's video, but we're not tasting any of these today. Now we'll go with over the 3 that kind of missed the cut. So the Old Forester Bottle Bond, this is the 117 series. Ryes came out in March 2025. We have a fan favorite, the Corbin Cash 1917 Merced Rye. You know, I got this at the end of the year for this to see if it was going to be my top 10. Just misses out. And then another big favorite this year from a lot of people, the Sagamore 10-year Rye. And that also barely makes it out. So I went back and forth with these a lot over the weekend to try to figure out which 6 we're going to make in today's video. And these just kept falling out versus the 6 we're going to be in this video. So the 6 in today's video are the Michters 10-year Rye, 13 Colony Cash Strength Rye, Heaven Hill Grain to Glass Chinquapin Oak, Michter's Barrel Proof Rye, Still Austin Rye, I think this is a Bottle and Bond, right? Yep, Bottle and Bond. And the Sazerac 125 proof, which is my wife's favorite rye out of the ones she tried the other day. We didn't try the top 4. Again, I was trying to narrow it down in this video. So these are the 6 we're blinding today. And what I'm going to do is at least one of these will be in Wednesday's video versus the top 4 to, top 5 video. Possibly 2 depending on how this goes. If there's a clear favorite here, it would just be 1. But if there's 2, we'll do another 6-way blind on Wednesday. But this is today's blind. Just try to figure out that top 10 area. Let's get into the blind. All right, the nose on A. Okay, decent nose on A. You definitely know it's a rye, which when I went through these other days, some of them are rye forward and some of them are not. We'll see how it goes today. Sweet red fruit rye, wood spice, red jaw rancher. Let's go to B. All right, another rye forward rye. This one isn't as sweet as A though, it's more earthy. So earthy, more rye spice, wood spice, toasty marshmallow. Definitely 2 different noses there. Let's go to C. Okay, C on the nose, very different and the least rye forward out of the first 3. Cinnamon, sweet, bright, slight rye, nutty. Probably my favorite nose. Let's go to D. A D on the nose, darker than the first 3, woody, dark fruit. Then on the back end, once you get past those kind of woody, darker notes, you start getting more of the rye notes, slight spice, pine, and rye. Go to E. So E on the nose is the lightest out of the first 5 anyways. Light, crafty, woody, rye, but very light. It was hard to pick up notes on that one. Let's go to F. All right, so F, very interesting because there was a bright spice right away. So it's brighter, spicy, sweet, purple jaw rancher, nutty. Pretty good nose. Going to palates. All right, first sip of the day. Not that impressive. The palate was actually pretty decent. Oak, light, vanilla, sweet. The finish, I got that fireworks note, which I tried all of these in the past few days, and I don't remember getting fireworks note on any of them. Interesting. It was also quick, but first sip. Nothing new on the palate. It's very enjoyable. It's not rye forward. I was thinking in my head, it's these are all ryes. I'm not getting really any rye stuff. But it's delicate. It's good. On the finish, I got some strawberry, vanilla. I still got the fireworks note. Strange. And I changed the finish from quick to medium. Still, it doesn't linger all that much. All right, so as I was drinking on the palate, I was like, man, the palate's really, really good. It's delicate, but very, very tasty. And I was like, oh, man, it's too bad that the finish isn't that good. Then went to the finish, and the finish was actually pretty decent on this one. The best out of the 3. Fireworks note wasn't really there, and I got more woody and slight rice spice. Oh, I'll try to figure out what I wrote there. I crossed out medium because it actually lingered a little bit longer this time. So overall, that third sip, pretty decent. Let's go to B. So B is very interesting to me. It's not necessarily light like A was, but it's not very intense either. What it is a small roller coaster of a bunch of little flavors that come and go. Earthy, hay, flavorful, red fruit, sweet, woody, red Jolly Rancher. And I wouldn't say anything was overpowering. It was just like, you know, here's a no, here's a no, here's a no. But overall, it was pretty tasty. That's why I put the flavorful in there. Because it was almost like too much was going on and I couldn't figure it all out at the same time. But we'll see what happens in the second sip. The finish, though, wasn't the strongest. Vanilla, earthy, light. Again, the finishes usually get better. So let's try it. Second sip. Palate's still more or less the same. It's hard to explain that, like, that earthy hay note is kind of like a crafty, farmyardy note. Kind of reminds me of like Frey Ranch. I know there's no Frey Ranch in here today, but kind of like in my head, I think, when I think farmy. But that's kind of like the beginning. Then it gets much sweeter red fruit. Overall, the palate is nice. I do enjoy the palate. Finish again, I did write woody, sweet, but still light. Check it out, third sip. It's like the rye spice wants to come in on the finish on the third sip on both these first two. It did help the finish a little bit, but the finish still is lacking. So I have that a little bit under A for now. Let's go to C. C started off so promising. Nutty, peanut butter, sweet, woody. And then I started getting a green vegetable though. I'm gonna figure out which green vegetable. I literally put green vegetable question mark. Because I was like, what is happening? It is proofier, or it tastes proofier anyways, than the first two. Vanilla, nutty, sweet, red fruit on the finish. Maybe that green vegetable note is kind of like the rye showing through, because again, another one that's not that rye forward. So that's it. Alright, so the palate, I didn't really get that green vegetable note, which I guess is good. Some rye spice, some cinnamon. On the finish, it kind of got worse. Finish is beginning better. It was just kind of like the proof you could taste, but it wasn't that flavorful. It was kind of just like spice. Let's see what happens on Thursday. Nothing new really. The finish got a little bit better this time though. These have been scoring they're all very different from each other, but they're scoring around the same. Because none of them are blowing me out, but none of them are bad at all. But they all have like one thing that's kind of bringing it down a little. Let's go to D. Alright, D on the palate, nutty, delicate. It's kind of like A, where it's lighter overall. Spice, woody. On the finish, woody, mint, sweet, more rye forward. Especially versus some of these other ones. Well, that was interesting. So I got nothing on the finish this time, which is, I don't think it's ever happened before. I got a slight freezer burn note on the palate, and the finish, it was there. It was like blank. I don't know. Third sip. Yeah, same thing on the finish this time. Not that it was completely like blank. It's just very lackluster. Interesting. Well, let's go to E. So E, very different, very unique. Is it unique in a good way? We'll find out. Green vegetable, grainy, proof, sweet apples. And on the finish, woody, green apple, sweet. There are a couple of craft distilleries in this lineup. I'm guessing this is one of them because all the notes have kind of been leaning that way. Second sip. So I didn't write too much new notes on the second sip. However, it was way more enjoyable this time than the first time. I did write red apples on the finish. See if I can actually write notes this time. Yeah, I wrote some new notes because I do enjoy this. It's definitely got better every sip. So cherry, dark fruit on the palate, stewed fruits, and rye spice on the finish. And after that first sip, I was like, it's probably going to be near the bottom, but it quickly got near the top. So let's go to F. I mean, this one's delicious. Man, so tasty. It's not overly complex, but it's just so sweet. Sweet, wood, red fruits, proof. There's definitely some proof on this one. Purple Jolly Rancher. On finish, Purple Jolly Rancher, sweet, woody. That is just so tasty. Alright, second sip. So on palate this time, nutty, slight dark fruit. Excuse me. And on the finish, some rye spice. It's not rye forward. It's sweet forward. This one's definitely sweet. One more sip. Man, this is just so good. This is my clear favorite. I'm going to compare it to some of my other favorites just to kind of see, but got some red apples on the finish this time. It's well rounded. This is probably the only one up here that didn't have something that was kind of bringing it down. It's just overall delicious. F is winning. So what I'm going to do is drink some water, take a pause, and come back with some results. Alright, so I went back and forth. I cut that out for you guys today because I don't know how long this video is going to be with 6 bottles. It didn't take that much time. The only really new note I got was on B. I got cola note on the finish. But what I am going to do is, because why not do more rye content? Because it does terribly on YouTube. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the top 2, compare them against the 3 that didn't make the top 10, just to make sure on Wednesday's video. And then I'll do Friday's video as my top 5. Just a little bit more rye content. I know not a lot of people love the rye content. We'll just do a whole week of straight ryes to really narrow this down. And last place from today is the Heaven Hill Grain to Glass Rye Chinquapin with a 3.5. And then we go to 5th place, which is the Michters Barrel Proof with a 3.65. In 4th place is the Still Austin Cask Strength Rye. Okay, so top 3. In 3rd place is the Still Austin Bottle and Bond Rye, which was actually one of my favorite ryes this whole year. I scored it really high earlier on in the year, and when I had it over the weekend, I scored a little bit less. That's why I actually bumped it out of the top 4. So if I went off of just the 1 score, it would be in the top 4. Came in 3rd, so in 2nd place, we got the Michters 10-year, which that makes sense. I said it was like delicate because it's the lowest proof up here. And what I'll do is I'll compare that in Wednesday's video. And the winner, the new Sazerac Rye 125 proof. This is amazing. Like I said earlier, my wife loves it. It is very, very good, very sweet, very tasty. So this definitely won with a score of 4. The Michters of 3.8. So what I'll do Wednesday's video is I'll compare those 2, A and F here. The Sycamore 10, the Corbin Cash, and the Old Forester 117. And then I'll take the winner of that and put it against the other top 4. That's how this works. So let's do a giveaway for today. This also puts some more giveaways out for ryes this week. If you want to enter to win 2-ounce samples of all 6 of these, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment with 1 RYE25. So I feel like it's going to be 2 and 3 for the next couple weeks. So it's going to be 1 RYE25. So definitely tell me what your favorite ryes of the year were this year. Obviously, this is my top like 13-ish. So it's like more of my top 13. So definitely tell me if, you obviously saw all 13. If you had another rye out that you had this year that you absolutely loved, please let me know. So don't do nothing stupid. And if you do, don't get caught. Bye.